But right now, there's a lot of ancestral energy and it's really connected to the earth. There's something about the earth. There have been volcanoes, there's been earthquakes, there's been flooding, there's been dry spots as well. There's a lot that's happening within the elements, a lot that's happening within the weather. And I feel like it's really connecting us back to ourselves, back to the element within ourselves, is what I'm hearing. You have I'm just going to start channeling. You have all the elements within you. That's how closely connected you are to the earth itself. You have the fire, you have the air, you have the earth, and you have the water. It's all connected within you. And so it's all about tuning in to that connection within yourself. I did a light language transmission this afternoon that came on the heels of a reading that I did, and both will be up. I'm not sure if it's not already up, it will be up shortly, and it's called Soothing the Restless Heart. And as I was doing that transmission, I was really connecting to what felt like the ancestral energy, and it felt like a grandmother spirit. It felt very indigenous, it felt very connected to the land, very connected to the earth. And I kept seeing the mountain range, that Moana, the scene of Moana, where that feminine energy, that mountain range, was waking up. And it's interesting because it feels like that mother divine energy, that divine mother energy, is really calling us to embrace her and connect with her. Um, and connect with her within the higher heart, not just within your physical body, although that is always important, but within the higher heart. Connect heart to heart to that divine mother, to the earth element as well as all the other elements that you contain within you. I'm just seeing phoenix energy in my mind as well. And that phoenix energy is the energy of transformation. It's the energy of birth, death, rebirth. So that's coming in as well. And the earth is going through its own process. And as we know, from destruction comes creation. You can't have endings without beginnings and beginnings without endings. It's the cycle. It's just this eternal cycle of life. And not just, I'm hearing life within your physical form, but the eternal life. Your soul, your very soul goes through numerous death and rebirth cycles. The universe itself goes through numerous death and rebirth cycles. That is the whole makeup of the cosmos. So there's a beautiful divine mother energy, and I just keep getting grandmother energy, and it's not a specific grandmother. It's the ancient wisdom is what I'm hearing. Again, they're bringing me to old channelings that we have done a number of years ago. Well, maybe I don't know when it was. We did a channeling called The Maiden, the Mother, and the Crone, with regards to divine feminine energy having aspects of all. And on this planet, in this society, we tend to think in very abstract or in very concrete terms, but this was an abstract energy saying that you're not just one thing, you're not just the maiden, the mother, or the crone, you are all. And whether you are a male or a female, whether you consider yourself a core masculine or a core feminine, you have all of these archetypes within you as well. Even as a masculine and even as a male, this is the feminine energy within you that you balance out within yourself as well, or that you honor within yourself, and thus you honor within the world. I'm going to put links to all of these old channelings in the description box if you want to check them out for reference. But it's beautiful because that crone energy, the crone usually gets a bad rap because age in our society isn't respected, isn't honored as it should be. But the crone is the energy of ancient wisdom, and that's the eternal wisdom that you carry within you. And again, I'm getting the phoenix energy, and what they're saying is that ancient wisdom understands the death and rebirth cycle, understands the transformation cycle, doesn't resist it, but it allows one to surrender to it. Allow yourself to surrender to that transformation. Whatever that transformation may be, allow yourself to access that wisdom within your heart, the faith, the anchoring within your heart, that from that transformation, from that death, there will be rebirth. And again, through this ascension journey, we learn that you go through multiple death and rebirths energetically. Just as all things, we experience that within our physical world, we experience that energetically as well. So let's get a couple of cards and see what messages they have for us today. We have Winter. Take care of your needs. The White Witch. Be the light. A number of years ago, right before the pandemic hit, I channeled a series of messages with regards to hold the light. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Okay. Wow. I channeled a series of messages. They were light worker messages. They're available in a playlist here on the channel. And those light worker messages were all about hold the light. Now, I didn't understand what we were talking about at the time because it was right before the pandemic hit, right before, everything was shut down. They said things are going to get heavy. Things are going to get maybe a little bit scary. Things are going to be a little bit in upheaval. There's going to be some destruction. Before that creation, there's going to be some dismantling, and that's exactly what we experienced. And they said to hold the light. Hold the light. Now, back in the beginning of January of this year, I did the 2023 year ahead channeling, and they said the same thing. They said in June and July, the summer, when we got to the third quarter energy, it was the same message: hold the light. That things might be a little bit rocky, that we might see some more dismantling, that we might see some more destruction. They shared the message, hold the light again. So I feel like that message is coming through. We have the cards Winter, White Witch, Druid, take care of your needs, be the light, hold the space. Be the light and hold the space. That's that energy. And what I'm saying is a pillar of light descending around you with an energy of divine protection. Where you are that pillar of light for everyone. A number of years ago, they keep drawing me back to old channelings. Remember, everything is timeless. And so they keep bringing me back to old channelings. A number of years ago, I had a vision where I was actually in the higher realms, and I was seeing the earth from that higher realm, from basically the ethereal plane. And everybody was pillars of light. There were all these pillars of light. Those who were twin flames, there were two pillars of light that were together. But there were also individuals that were pillars of light. And it was pillars of like this purplish violet light. And what was happening is that light was shining down onto the planet. And what you were doing is you were holding that space. You were holding the light for the planet itself. And that's what I'm feeling here. However, this light is a golden white light, like the one that we call in when we're doing our meditations and our transmissions. It's this pillar of golden white light. There has like some little bits of like sparkle in it. It's really beautiful. And it's surrounding you. You're within the pillar. You're within that protection energy. And its support, its protection, and it is divine connection where you are connected directly to God. So allow yourself to embrace that light, embrace the light that is within you, embrace your connection to God. And hold firm in your faith in that connection to God. Whatever that connection to God means to you. You can call it higher power, you can call it the universe, you can call it creator, you can call it God's source. Whatever that personal connection is to you, your connection to God's source is within you, and you're being asked to hold that space and hold that light and maintain that higher frequency of love and maintain that vibration, because it is all within you. You access that within you. God's source, as we know, is not something that you reach for externally. It's something that you connect to within as you know yourself and connect deeply to yourself, especially through this ascension journey where you're clearing out all that soul sludge and all that dense energy to bring in more light codes. What you're doing when you're bringing in light codes is you're bringing in more of that connection to God's source. I feel like with the winter energy, it's not winter as in a specific season, it's the energy of winter where things might feel a little bit more dense, a little bit more heavy. That's that thick energy that I was bringing in. But it's, again, that thick energy isn't negative per se. It just feels like there's a lot of energy that's moving right now. There's a lot that's aligning. There's a lot that's happening energetically, even more so than we might be able to see or perceive with our physical eyes. And so with this winter energy, it's almost like this energy of hunker down and hold that space. You know, in the winter when you kind of go into hibernation mode, when you kind of, I'm just seeing a bear for some reason. We have the wolf here, but I'm seeing a bear. And bears, they go into their cave. They get everything that they need for winter. They stock up on their food and all that stuff, and then they go into their cave to sleep. Now, this is not about you sleeping. This is about you holding the space and holding the light within this context of this channeling. So it's make sure that you are taking care of you, so that you can allow yourself to take care of others. If you are being pulled into situations and drama and toxic energy, then you're not able to take care of yourself, and so then you're not able to take care of others. This is not about sacrificing yourself. This that's an old paradigm and an old template that said you had to be the martyr. You do not have to be the martyr anymore. You do not have to be sacrificial. Now we allow ourselves to support one another. We allow ourselves to uplift, encourage, love one another, and do our best to serve one another and be in service to one another. But if it's at the sacrifice of yourself, then you can't maintain that higher frequency. Then you can't maintain that vibration. And that's what you're meant to be doing. Do you take care of yourself so that you can continue to be in service to others? And that's a beautiful flow of give and receive. We talk about that in the context of divine counterparts and twin flames, and how the divine masculine and the divine feminine, how the core essences have both. You have that balance. So the divine masculine naturally wants to give and wants to provide, and the divine feminine and her receptive energy allows herself to receive. And we're talking energetically. We're not talking like physical gifts and stuff like that. We're talking energetically. The divine masculine provides like safety, security, leadership. The divine feminine allows herself to receive, is in the flow of receiving. And as she allows herself to receive and she feels safe and secure to express her feminine energy in that receiving mode, then she fills up and she's able to give more to the masculine, who then receives, and then who's able to give more, and then she's able to receive and give more. And it's this beautiful, just infinite flow of energy. And that's the balance. And that's the balance not only within healthy connection, but that's the balance within yourself, connection within yourself. And I'm also hearing that that's the balance within the flow of the universe. So the more that you're able to raise your frequency and maintain that higher vibration and maintain that element of love within yourself and connection within yourself and connection to God's source, the more that you're able to be that beacon of light and wisdom for others. And wisdom does not mean telling others what to do or controlling others' path. Wisdom is that trusting of the soul and trusting of your intuition and that higher frequency and just the embodiment of love. That's what wisdom is. Wisdom is the embodiment of love, and allowing yourself to trust your intuition and follow your heart. That is your path. And so with these cards here, it's this beautiful energy of holding that space and maintaining that connection, that pillar of light that's coming through here.